Welcome. It's Morning Motivation with AthinaElaiya. Thank you for joining us. It's always a blessing to have you on our channel, where our mission is to share a piece of forever together. The look of the week is provided by Inspired Fashion. Welcome, Mikki. Thank you for being on my show, Morning Motivation. How are you
Thank
today?
you. I'm feeling great. Thank you for having me.
Yes, you look beautiful as always. I love your energy. And I just want to introduce her, you guys. This is an extremely amazing woman. She is an artist who performs all over the city in New York. And I actually met her because she did my makeup on a professional set. She is a hair and makeup artist, okay? So I mean, she did my makeup for for someone actually that we love and lost, and so we can talk about that a little bit. But we love him, and um, yeah, that was a moment. But I just had a moment. I just remembered that. But she's amazing, and we're gonna go on. And I would like to start with this. How you have a new song? I would just love to start with that, and then we can get into your music, your musical history, and where you went from there. But let's start talking about Lover Girl because this is your newest. This is your newest song right now, right?
Yes, it is.
So let's talk about this. How's it? Where did this start from? And you can talk about your feature in there and all of the above. Let's hear all the goodies.
So, Lover Girl is something that came about with a good friend of mine, Lizzie Ashley. Amazing weirdo Aquarius singer artist. We just clicked. I actually know her because I do her hair and makeup sometimes too. So it's years have gone by with us being friends and helping each other out, and we were just like, you know what, we should just get in the studio. I was working on this project that kind of had like this doo-wop, 50s, 1950s, 1960s kind of sound. And she kind of was just like, oh, okay, I can do that with you. We can go there. And we came up with Lover Girl, which was so organic. It was so easy for us to just write the songs. She's an amazing songwriter. So we just kind of like had a similar idea and just kept building off of that. And it's my first time really co-writing like choruses and verses with someone else. And it just happened so seamlessly. Lover Girl is like a modern take on what it feels like to be a woman um, looking for love and maybe some of the trials and disappointments you go through with maybe your expectations.
Whew.
um, yeah. The video that we're coming out with for this song is going to be sick. It's going to be sickening.
Well, I can't wait to see it. I know it's not quite ready for us to air it on the show, but we will have a live performance from you, and I cannot wait to see that. It's going to be amazing. Do you want to talk about what song that will be, or shall we surprise them, or?
It's definitely going to be off of the Lover Girl EP. So we'll see which one I'm giving up.
Okay, yes, surprise them, girl. I love it. But as long as we know it's going to be off your new EP, do we
Yes.
have a release date for that EP so all of your
She
fans can know?
she was just dropped, honey. She came out of the womb on the 31st, the night after our release party, and she is already surprising me.
Oh
She's
my
already
God,
going places.
yes. Okay, so you guys check that out now. It's available right now. So actually, I usually do this at the end, but can you go ahead and give them any information where they can find this EP right now as soon as they get off this interview? They need to
Yes.
find it immediately.
This EP is available on Tidal. It is available on Apple Music. It is available for purchase on iTunes if you still use that. It is on Spotify. It is on iHeartRadio. It is on anything that you could possibly stream on, including YouTube. for my YouTubers.
Amazing. And it's called Lover Girl. That's the
Lover
actual
Girl.
name. Okay, and
One word.
one word. And so do you have other features on there, or is Lizzie your only feature?
It's Lizzie and my close friend Ajua, who was featured on my first project as well.
Okay, so let's get into your projects. How many projects have you created? What number is Lover Girl?
Lover Girl is the second one to be released to the public, but I do have many. I'm hoarding my music currently.
Let it go.
Let it go. Well, really, it's about like finding the sounds that sound like
Mm,
other sounds so I can package them and give them to people without them sounding so random. Because I feel like it can go from sounding like alternative rock to indie to R&B to soul, and sometimes that's hard to package. So I'll just wait. Sometimes it'll take like a year or 2 years, but I'm like, oh, I found like 5 songs that sound good together. Let's just put those out. So it comes out in like small bursts. It's weird and it's hard, but I know some artists who are just like helping me navigate the best way to drop this music without holding it for so long.
I love that for you. I think that's incredible that you are completely in charge of your quality control. Just to be
Yes.
honest, I mean, you have complete control of that. I love that. Can we talk about what it's like to be an artist that, you know, because you're not signed, but you are a self-publishing artist, and I think that's the way the world is really going to actually start going into. And I think this is really just almost the beginning stages, even though we've been doing this, I think, for some years now. But I think this is the real beginning stages of people really taking their musical artistry in their hands. And you are
Yes.
definitely one of the forerunners, I think. I mean,
Yes.
like I said, it's been happening, but I feel like it's a brand new kind of opening for it. And that's another reason I wanted you on the show, because I feel like there needs to be as many avenues for you all to be seen as literally as possible.
Yes.
I can't even get
Yes.
it out. I'm so anxious about it. Like, I'm like, we need new avenues for these artists because they're incredible and they need spaces to perform and to be and to be seen. So
Yes.
talk about that journey for you. Like, you're financing your entire album, and I guess every album that you're gonna come out with.
Essentially, yeah. My goal is to create financial freedom for myself so I'm not as reliant, or as the word I like to use is thirsty. I'm not as thirsty for labels to pay me off, to give me that money. I'm really, really hoping that if I can fund my own tours, fund my own merchandise, fund my own music, make money off of my own streams, or find more routes for revenue, easier and smarter routes to create money off of my streams, is all in my hands, actually. Because the second you sign to a label, not that I'm anti-label, I'm not anti-label. It's just the second you sign to a label, a lot of those freedoms kind of diminish. A lot of those financial freedoms diminish. And honestly, it's way easier to get duped by a label when you don't have money. They can lowball you because you're hungry and you're thirsty, literally. So if I have this for myself, there's no way that anyone's going to trick me. There's no way anyone's going to pull the rug from under me. I have my own masters. I own my own music. I own my own rights, and I'm completely in charge and delegating the tasks of my own team. Even as regards to finances and management, booking, all things like that, where I look to be a little bit more autonomous with it. I can have um, better people who know what they're doing that I trust. I'm just in this
Yes.
stage right now where booking is me, production is me, co-production is me. Everything is me hiring me to do it.
So are you doing
Um,
your post production as well?
Not for my music, but for music videos, yes.
Oh my
I am the one
God.
who's
Whew, Jesus.
hiring everyone to do everything.
Girl, do you guys hear this? Like, this is so much work. I mean, for my show, I'm only doing the pre-production, and that is enough for me.
Yeah.
Like that is literally all I can handle. That's actually why I I I'm so appreciative for my partner media collaboratory because honestly, I cannot do all three of them. I cannot do pre-production, production, and post-production. I would be exhausted, and I've tried it before, and I was exhausted. So I please let me know any way I can help. I mean, I know this is helping because it's getting you out there more and more, but at the same time, like, I really would love to be involved with your process because I know that this is not a game. This is hard work
Yeah.
and this is your life. And the thing is might look pretty on the outside, but this is hard work. This is real
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So keep telling me about it. And what I really want to know is your release party, like when you did your release party, the people that came to support you, what was that like? Talk to me about that because there's so many people in New York. I mean, you're famous in New York. Let's just get
A
to the
little.
bottom line. No, no, don't even be humble because don't. No, everybody knows you in New York. Everybody knows you. If it's not from your makeup, I mean, you're a professional makeup artist. You are a
Yes.
professional hairstylist, and to be honest, you're a professional artist. You know, and so to me, I just feel like, how do you balance all of these amazing things? How do you balance the hair and the makeup and the artistry that you have?
For me, I'm if you I don't know if you know anything about human design, but I'm a manifesting generator. I do really well with a lot. Whereas
Okay.
some people, I don't thrive in situations where I'm not constantly stimulated. So getting phone calls, emails, texts, having to fill out invoices, booking myself, producing myself, all of those things kind of keep me stimulated. So I do really well with a lot of things in my sphere. I do get stressed when I'm burnt out, though. When I'm burnt out, or it's usually a finances thing. When I'm working with too many numbers, I shut down. As far as when it comes down to like finding resources, hiring people, making sure things are visually aesthetic, or even creating my own like marketing plan. Honestly, I do all my own marketing and my own social media.
Which is
Obviously,
amazing, by
yeah.
the way. Amazing, by the way. We're going to drop that at the end. But I mean,
Thank you.
your Instagram is so fire, so fresh, and you're so funny on there. Like, people don't even know how funny you are on there. Because I
Thank
kind
you.
of got to know a different side of you through your Instagram. Because
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
you're super pleasant and super, beautiful and just like amazing energy in person. And so when I got to see that really humorous, super funny side of you on Instagram, I was like, this is so cool. This is so cool how people have so many different sides to them.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I was like looking at people who have a platform, right? And how they're using their platform to showcase what they want to show. So, I want my platform to obviously showcase mostly music. So, I definitely tailored my Instagram to suit music, but when you swipe to my Reels page, I can cover anything from plants to just funny stuff. And I realized that there was a part of me that was eager to show my full facet of myself, because I felt like my profile with just pictures, it just pigeonholes me to music, it pigeonholes me to be a professional or to just be a model or someone who is visually aesthetic in photos. Whereas you see me in motion, you hear me talking, you get way more than whatever curated photos I could ever give you. And I realized that that would be a selling point for me and also a branding point. I have a unique personality. And not only this, it's like I got tired of telling people to put themselves out there in ways that I wasn't putting myself out there. So
Preach.
I figured, just go out there. At first, I thought maybe I needed to have on makeup and the best outfit. And then slowly but surely, I realized that if I continue to maybe take this, not that it was ingenuine to me, because I do wear makeup and look nice, but like, I'm not always in makeup and nice clothes. So it's ingenuine for me to pull out my phone and then I'm sitting here waiting for me to look perfect all the time. Every time I want to get on my phone, now I have to look perfect. So I just erased that. And whenever I hear something interesting that I should do, I literally pull out my phone, whether I'm in my pajamas or I'm in the dark, or I'm in someplace nice, I just do it and I get results because I'm consistent, not necessarily the quality of the content that I post.
Yeah, and that's
So,
incredible because that is what genuinely is effective right now.
yeah,
Like
just
people are
consistency.
consistency. Yeah, it's incredible. I'm sorry I got off topic. I want to know about your release party because I was like
So,
so anxious about another question, but like
yes.
talk to me about your release party because like I said, if I was there, there's no way in blank that I would have missed that. Like no way that I would have missed that. I wish I was
So
there to come to it because I know it's fire.
it was crazy. It was actually crazy. It was a transcendental experience. I feel
Ugh.
like putting it together, first off, I was like, ah, dealing with venues and dealing with finances. I know I mentioned this several times, is not my strong suit. I will hire someone as soon as I can for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. I am so happy to hire people now, like,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
that
yeah.
I can focus on what I need to focus on.
Yes.
I am so happy to give away whatever is, as much as I can, honestly, because
Yeah.
the help
It's
changes the
hard.
entire game. But you can focus on what you want to focus on.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So booking was hard. I got the place I wanted to book at. I really wanted to book at the Sultan Room. I performed there before. It just had a really groovy aesthetic, and I was like, this is gonna work. I managed to get 100, a little bit over 100 people there, like 116 people. I, of course, was planning on having a lot of my family and friends there that could not make it, of course, with like COVID and
Yeah,
randomness. But
yeah.
there was a core fan base there, and that was really surprising to me. These are unfamiliar faces that listened to my music or organically found me on social media that decided to invest in my career. I was selling for me, ticket price is like I've seen my favorite musicians for like $15. So me selling a ticket for $15
Mm,
or $16 was like scary because I was like, who's
mm-hmm,
going to invest?
mm-hmm.
Who's going to invest? And I mean, to be super honest, even last night we're going through the financial aspect of it. I did not make a lot of money that night, even though the venue made a lot of money off of me that night.
Yeah,
So it just put things into perspective. This is my first time doing a full booking situation for myself. It was incredibly successful, so I'm trying not to focus on the financial aspect. I mean,
yes.
I came out with a couple of extra dollars instead of having invested money, so it does feel good to know that I didn't just shovel a bunch of money into it. I was able to come out with something to cover little costs that I put into it, but it was really about paying the artists. I love being able to put my friends in a position where I can pay them to do what they love to do. It just broke my heart that I couldn't do that this time around. But what we are doing is planning to keep this same lineup because we got so many compliments on the artists that were there. Alvin Dan, Ajua, Chocolate Brown. We had my bandmates band, Big Sweater, and my friend Pi Moonchild, just like really excellent psychedelic experimental artists. And the venue was floored. The bartenders were floored. My family was floored. My friends were floored. The fans were floored. People were just like, what?
Yeah, yeah. I
So
know. I could. Yeah.
by the time I got on stage, people were like, surrender.
I love it. I
um,
love
it was
that.
it was really successful, just because of the love in the building. People were
Mm,
in a space of just like acceptance and happiness, and they were dancing. And I just felt like this is the environment that I want to create for people with my music for the rest of my life.
absolutely. I love that. I love that. I love everything you just said. I have so many like responses to that, but I'm not even going to go there because that was just so great how you did that. I mean, first of all, I love and appreciate more than anything that you want to pay the people that are lining up for you and that you want to just treat them right. And I
Yeah.
think that's the majority of how all of us artists feel is because we know what it's like to not get that treatment. And
Yeah.
so I'm really proud of you for that, because I mean, I just think that makes all the difference in the world of your integrity and your character and your morale, you know, above your artistry, your morality of wanting to treat
Yeah.
people right. And that's huge. And I just want to congratulate you on that.
Thank
Seriously.
you. Thank you.
So you performed at Afropunk. We have got to bring that up. There's no way I can clearly have this interview without bringing up the fact that you performed at Afropunk. What was that like for you? What was that like for
So
you?
Afropunk was, woof, it was a crazy point in my life. But I felt like a lot of things had just been building for me to have this hope in myself. And it's weird because coincidentally, I set it as a goal for myself and it was achieved so quickly that I was like, whoa. I think just the year before, I was working in the salon. I was exhausted. I was burnt out from getting up every day and standing on my feet every day and like carpal tunnel every day. I
Wow.
was just like, I loved what I do, but I'm anxious. And I just got to this point where I was like, I couldn't open the door to work. And I'd been there before. I would just quit and then move on to the next salon. And then now I'm having the same anxiety issues all over again. And I was just like, I have to
Mm.
quit. I have to leave. And I was just like, you know what? What's something I want to do? And I was like, well, I have work, but if I wasn't working, I would really go to Afropunk. And I was like, all right, you know what? I think I'll come up with some kind of excuse so I can miss work on this day. And I kind of remember telling my manager like, "Hey, I'm not coming in this day. Like, that's it. I'm not coming in. I'm not." And she was just like, "We need you and you have to be here." And I was just like, "I can't explain it. I'm not going to be here. You're telling me I need to be here and I'm saying I'm not going to." And she was just like, "So you're going to be here late? So you're going to be here early?" No, I'm like, I'm not coming, guys. So that night I went out and I make jewelry, I do readings, I'm an intuitive person, and I was like, you know what, I'm getting my street hustle on after work. And I went out and I moved it to the streets. I did a reading for some girl. She was so enamored and so like helped by whatever message came through
Yes.
that she came back to me with tickets in her hand and they were Afropunk tickets.
Stop playing.
And
That's
she
how
was
you.
literally like, I love you so much. Like, can you please just come to Afropunk with me? And I was like, yeah, I'll come to Afropunk with you. And I went and I was like, I had such a good time that I was like, I could see myself performing here. And I want to say a couple of months after I did a show somewhere, and this handsome older man walked up to me and was like, I want you to be in a band with somebody, this, that, and the other thing. I want you to do this. You're going to sing. You guys are going to look awesome. It's going to work. And I was just like, how do you know I sing? And he's just like, I just know. Um, and this is my mentor right now. His name is Earthman.
Aw.
And the dude that I actually was working with in this band is someone I consider to be my little brother, Steady J. We took Afropunk by the fucking balls, and it was crazy. He skipped the battle of the bands, annexed me into the band, had me doing rehearsals with them, and it was a team effort. It was his family and his family's band and me, and like now I'm a part of this family, and we're feeding each other vicariously through this experience. And yeah, we performed, we tore the house down. It was fun, it was crazy, and it was a glimpse into what I feel like the rest of my life will look like.
Amazing. It's going to look like that and even better, Queen, because you are amazing. And I mean, you're such a light in the world. And
Thank you.
thank you so much for being on here, because now we're going to go to your performance and we're going to see that live.
Or you go where you can stay.
The look of this week on today's episode is provided by Inspired Fashion. So I just want you to drop your handles, tell the people where they can find you. You guys need to go listen to her music. It's so incredible, and it's such a range. I mean, it's from like this really beautiful soft voice to like this super rocky, eccentric version of yourself, and like it's just so cool. So you guys go check her out. Please go check her out. Don't miss out on Lover Girl. The EP is already out, okay? So drop your handles, my love.
My handle is for Instagram, Mikki_Ma'at, MIKKI_MAAT. And you can find me as Mikki Ma'at on pretty much any social media platform and any streaming platform.
Perfect. And I'm going to have that drop below so no one will miss out on that. So, I mean, you know, they heard it from you, you spelled it, and it's going to be underneath the screen. So there's no excuses, okay? But thank you so much for being here. I adore you. I love you. And I will be following your career forever. So
I love you. Thank you so much, Athena. I appreciate you so much for having me.
absolutely, I had to have you on the first season, girl, okay? So I will talk to you later, and thank you so much, and I'll be sending you everything you need, okay?
Yes, amazing.
Okay. Mwah. Thank you so much for being here, love. I'll talk to you
Of
soon.
course.